All right, it's crazy. I was just talking about last week an example of Parricide, and this happened in Los Angeles as well. So Rob Reiner, I never watched All in the Family. I never watched. And this video may be a little emotional for some people, but I never watched All in the Family because just to keep it real with you, I didn't really identify with it. I feel like as a kid, you identify more on TV with people who look like you, unless like the exception. Cartoons are the only exception, because cartoons can appeal to everybody. But I didn't watch Cheers, Roseanne, Friends, The Brady Bunch. I could have got into The Brady Bunch, but I just didn't really watch it. It wasn't very appealing to me as a kid. I was more like Fresh Prince, Cosby Show, Different Strokes. Now Sanford and Son and Good Times and What's Happening. That was a little bit before my time. It wasn't modern enough for me. But if you didn't tell me any different, I would have thought Fresh Prince was currently still. When I was younger, I thought it was still in the air based on how they dress. I was like, yeah, I thought this was still like a active show. I thought it was like new episodes. Same name with the Cosby Show. Only until Bill Cosby was making like appearances and he was speaking, I was like, he differed in appearance from what I saw on TV versus what appeared on like the bus. Because I'm from Philadelphia, and he was heavily back in the day. He was heavily promoted. So, in a good way, not for what we know as of now. But I didn't really watch All in the Family. And strange enough, it's kind of weird, but I was listening to the theme song like pretty regularly, like before Rob Reiner died. It had nothing to do with him, but I was listening to the theme song because I found out the wife on the show, she sounded nothing like her character, and she wouldn't do the voice unless they said, she jokingly said, unless they paid her to do it. See, you couldn't get her to coon and buffoon in real life. But I questioned something about, I don't know the whole story, but it's like when you hear a dog killed his owner. The first thing you ask yourself is, damn, what did he do to have that happen? What kind of owner was he for his dog to maul the shit out of him? Or just what I'm talking about now, about Rob Reiner and his wife being slain, being stabbed to death out of their son. I'm finding out he was a drug addict, homeless. And I just don't feel like you should be homeless if your parents are making millions of dollars. It's like Christopher John St. Christopher Christoph something. What's the guy from the Cosby Show? If y'all can help me out. Christopher St. John. He died from all his drinking. His son was the same situation, homeless on the street. Dr. Dre's daughter, homeless, but he's a freaking billionaire. I don't understand that. But and I see my bus coming, which is good. I don't have no contact with my father. Put this camera this way. I have no contact with my father. I have since moved on because I'm an adult now, and it's really my time to shine, overcome my childhood trauma. But I want to explain to you in the video why I feel Parricide is bullshit. Get my pass out. So, welcome to Route K-Base Car Fair, or 8-ounce fire instrument. If required, service 2. All right, it's empty on here. So why I feel Parricide is some bullshit. Now my dad, as an adult, I view a lot of his parenting at times. I'm gonna be real transparent with you guys on here. It was things my dad did that I feel was abuse. You know, I don't think you should ever put your hands on a child. Cause it's weird. Cause my dad is not the guy. I was really disillusioned by the person I thought he was and the person that he actually is, that I had understood as an adult. Understand that I had to understand that he is not. He's a lot of things, but some of the things he did, I always would just question if we could have a conversation. We can't have a conversation because he's not mentally strong enough to talk about the things that he's done wrong. But if we could ever have the conversation, I will always ask him, because my dad always complained about the people that he had to serve. He drove a bus. Now no one forced him to be a bus driver, but he drove a bus. All right. I didn't ask to be brought in this world, but I would always ask him, you know, did you ever slap the shit out of any of your passengers? Did you ever slap the shit out of your boss for talking to you the wrong way? One time he told me that a cop pulled a gun on him. I think he said a cop pulled a gun on him. He's never been to jail, but that's one argument I wouldn't mind bringing up. Have you ever been this way towards police? And as much as he complains about racism, I just never could find one instance where he's done something to a white person. Like, I have done more than probably him. But he can't tell me one instance where he would take out his frustration on you know, his boss, you know, his authority figures. Because most people, they do what they can to keep their jobs, to keep money coming in. I understand, but why do you take it out on your kids? I feel like that's what